So a little recap of what we're gonna be doing. I got an assortment of tools, but basically mostly it's either 15, 12 or 10. And yep, we're first gonna remove the seat, which is basically out, so I can get the gas tank out. That way I get access from the top. Usually what people do is, I mean, if I was to work on it on a bench, I'll just remove this right here and this right here and drop the whole thing. But I'm gonna work on it from the bike itself, since it's already on its own stand. And yeah, I think we can remove some of this, the carburetor, air box, the exhaust, which is 2 bolts here, 2 bolts here, and yep, gain access to the head and remove all these plastic covers, and go from there. Remove the top of the head, the cam, gear, and so on. And yep, we're basically gonna need just an assortment. I got an assortment of extensions, 10, 12, 13s, 15, and we'll find out what we need as we go. And yep, like I said, the seat is already out. Basically gonna disconnect the battery so I can take this out, remove the gas tank, and yep. So I had already basically taken all these 10mm bolts over there. I'm gonna now disconnect the battery so I can go ahead and remove the seat assembly. Whoop. Oh, yeah. This is negative, this is positive. Remove the battery. Remove this battery. Leave my bolts there, fish this through, and we're out. That's step number 1, the seat. So for the fuel tank, besides taking those 10mm bolts, we have this brace or bracket that sits here. That's also part of removing the fuel tank. And I'm gonna disconnect this if we're gonna take that out. Careful not to strip anything. Alright, that's that. And then we gotta remove the fuel line and the vacuum line from the petcock, which is on this side. You can see it. So we gotta remove these 2 lines. We're gonna remove them. Top is the fuel line, the bottom is the vacuum line. As you can see, it's pretty easy. The fuel line and the vacuum line that goes right after the carburetor. So I'm gonna get that out of the way, and pretty much I think we should have the fuel tank out. Yep, simple as that. Whoop. Fuel tank is out. So now we got the seat, we got the fuel tank. We're gonna get this little plastic piece out. It looks like there's a bolt here and a bolt here. Pretty simple. I hope. Sometimes things are not as simple as they seem. And we're gonna find out right now. So these 2 bolts, yep. It wasn't that hard. But always check, because you might have things So basically, after that, we have pretty much everything cleared out of the way. Let's look right here. So now we just gotta remove the exhaust and the plastic cover, and then we'll reveal the head. For the exhaust, we're gonna need a 10mm wrench. I believe. And wonder how tight it is. But we can always find some rubber. still have some things connected to it, and you don't want to not rip something out that you don't want to later look for. All right, we got that far now. This is the coil cable, the spark plug cable, however you want to call it. And now remove it out of here. Okay, open that. There is this choke, electronic choke to the carburetor that we're gonna disconnect, if I remember how. Maybe we'll disconnect it from the other side. So I got those two out. I'm gonna go ahead and get these two out. Oh, maybe these are just holding the fender. Either way, whatever gives us a little better access and clearance per se. We're just gonna leave that there for now. Put the bolts back on here. I don't want to lose them. Let's check out this other side. Where was it? Yeah, these are 12s. So let's do 12. Only 10s get lost. Let's get this baby out. The other one is on this side. Alright, came out pretty easy, so it's just a matter of using the nut all the way. Alright. Now we just gotta move this too, and the exhaust should be free. Yes, let's double check. There's one more here, and one more here. Yep, and one more here. So it's actually the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 volts. Alright, so basically the boot, move it out of the way together with this cable to this carburetor electronic choke thing. I'm gonna move it out of the way for now. We're gonna unplug this vacuum line, the one that goes to the petcock on the fuel tank. Put that to the side. We're gonna unplug this vacuum line. Move it out of the way together with this one too. These things are so old. There you go. Look, they're so old, they just break things. We'll put all new things there. Let's see if it comes out easy. No. Yep, it came out easy. Well, that just helps us know we need to address that. We just need a new vacuum line here. Get all these babies out. That should be the last bolt to loosen for this exhaust line. You are out. That means this whole sausage is out. Yep. And we are out. Just gotta wiggle it out of the way. That was the gasket. So that was the gasket, and I'll put everything back here just for reference. I don't want to have to find out where I left the bolt or which one goes where. I really just put them back where they go, and that way when I get back to it, they're there. Alright, the exhaust is out. So going down smooth. It's going down smooth. Next step will be removing this plastic case. So next, continuing with this, removing the plastic cover. It's gonna be an 8mm, and I find that first I should remove the carburetor, and the carburetor have this metal bracket that's holding onto it before I remove the 10mm nuts that are holding the carburetor in place. I have to remove this bracket, and for that I have to remove this bolt. So we're gonna remove that. And for you guys that have been following me, the process on changing that mount on my Porsche, it's been on a little pause because of Florida weather. I work outside, and every afternoon it's been raining. Here you go, the bracket came out. Every afternoon it's been raining hard, and my daughter's scooter broke down, and this has been taking my time. So yep, this is what we're gonna get done. Right after this, I plan on working on my Porsche next week. And also on the 5th, I have the Florida 996 Porsche meet of the Porsche family. So I don't know if I'm gonna do the mount before that or after that, but I'll be posting on that. Alright, this top piece is kind of being a little pain to come out, but now I have access to the bolts. 10mm. I'm gonna remove the carburetor. Just like that. Let's get the one from the other side. Right to me, I have to remove the top. There we go. Alright. Doesn't look like a very easy to remove. It's not that hard, but looks like putting it back on is gonna be kind of pain. But we'll find out when it's that time. There you go. Drop it. I keep hitting my head with this rack. Alright. So we got the carb out. Just gonna lay it over here so it doesn't bother. Alright. Now I think we can take this video. Here. That's why I have a series of extensions. So I have my storage with my tools are, but I hate to be running in and out. I always try to get what I need. So we're removing this plastic cover that's going to finally reveal this head. And if you haven't seen my previous video, checking for compression, remove the spark plug. I put my finger there to see. You should feel the compression, you know. Dead, completely nothing, and all I could feel is air coming around here. So that led me to believe that it's losing compression somewhere in the head. Okay, so we got different size bolts. So what I'm gonna do is lay them where I'm gonna remember where they went, and as soon as I take this off, I'm gonna put them back there. So we're I'm gonna have to hold it from the back. Maybe. Yeah. Or I'm gonna have to get some JB weld for that one. There's one more here. This feels like it's a separate cover, but it's attached to that cover, so it'll have to come out regardless. Again, these are the same length. Let's see. Okay, don't worry about, they're all the same stuff. So the only one I'm gonna worry about. Well, actually, got a Phillips right here. Alright, so we got this one left. It's a 12mm nut on the back. This little ratchet is giving me problems. Anyways, let's reset it. Let's go. Ooh. Okay. My bad. There you go. It's just a little tight. Oh gosh. Same length, nothing to worry about. Alright, now we got this out. You gotta go. You gotta, oh. Maybe we should just go down. Oh, we're getting a first look of the head. Now, let's see if we can move this side. That's interesting. Usually the right wiggle. There you go. Nothing. Usually the right wiggle. Alright. So. Alright, so literally popped the little clips. The top pops off. Now we got this side, and I believe I'm gonna have to take this, what they call the red, maybe. I'm gonna take that off. To take that off, we should move this out. Excuse me, carpet. Next, you. Go. You have to like drive it out. Alright, so I think we're almost there. Leave it here with it. Don't worry, us mechanics always remember where everything goes. Alright, let's skirt is out. Now you get to see. Alright, the next step is gonna be removing the top. And then from there, the head, the cylinder head, and or the cylinder housing, and I'm gonna have to find the top dead center mark. I'm not sure if it's that one or it's hiding, but that will be whenever I'm gonna put the timing chain back on and all that. Let's remove the head now. Oh. Oh, the valve cover gasket. Not the head, the valve cover gasket. That's also 8 millimeters. They're all the same size, I believe. That one I need a little pin. There you go. They're all the same size. And now the head is ready to come out. Let's see. There you go. Ta-da! Okay. Again, keeping everything together. So, I'm trying to find top dead center. I was testing it with a screwdriver and I get as far as there, and it's like the engine is locked up and I don't want to force it. I already went through another cycle where I did and it barely made it, and now it's again stuck. So after I remove the head, we're gonna have to find top dead center and then set the lines. The lines are supposed to be like that, the 2 lines. But right there is not a top dead center. I need to do one more cycle and it stops right there. Could be something with the piston ring. I don't know, I'll have to look into it. But we're gonna go ahead and remove these 4 bolts and this and try to get this head out. 10 millimeter. Also, we want to get something to hold the chain, because you don't want to get the chain to come off the crank gear, because then it's a pain. You gotta remove all this to try to get it out. So what we're gonna do is get a little bungee cord, so whenever we're gonna take this gear out, we can hold it and not let it fall. I'm gonna take these babies out. That tight. I will also check the specs before I put everything back on, of course. So I got everything torqued with my torque wrench at the right spec. I will not just tighten it up and call it. But these things are really tight there. Alright. And I already got a little bungee cord I'm gonna use to hold the timing chain. Ooh, I'm excited. well, no, I'm not excited. I'm anxious. Let's say anxious to find out why. Because the scooter was cranking, it was going dega 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 dega, so it was cranking. But right now it's like it's locked, and it doesn't even look. It's almost at top that center. You can see the piston. But what? It was cranking, and now it's not turning. So I wonder if all that cranking made it worse. But it was. Find that. So let's remove this. This shim's come out. I guess not. Stay with it. Alright, it's better. So move on to the other side so I can. Don't try. Alright, let's put this to this side. So I can remove this right here. Wait, first, let's see. Oh. How are we gonna take this off? Let's see. Oh, okay. That's not the top. We don't want that. But we're gonna remove that anyways. So I dropped that little washer right here. This is nerve-wracking because I don't want to drop it into the engine. And I think I got it. Things I gotta run into. Come on, little washer, come on. There you go. And I saved it. Yeah. Alright. Continuing this. I'm gonna remove the rocker arm assembly. There we go. There we go. And we're out. Let's put this over here. Okay, now we're gonna try to bungee cord this chain. Somewhere over here. This is important. You never want to lose the tension there. We do have to remove this gear. There you go. You're gonna keep the tension. Tension in me, tension in here. Alright, so as I explained, I found it a better way because I didn't want to like pull into the side and messing up the tilt of the chain, and risking it making coming out of the sprocket on the bottom. That's a little what's it called, like a spacer, kind of a roller that's gonna come out once we remove this piece. I believe he was just tightened by this fork and the one here that we're gonna remove, and then we're gonna have to lift this up and then try to like keep the tension again and remove the head. So let's go ahead and try that. Loose. And now I'm looking at the cam. It's a funny cute little cam. The cam looks perfect. There's no damage to the cam at all. Forward, should be able to pop this baby out. Maybe a little prying help. A little prying help. Just want to be gentle. Don't want to pop those fins. And it's coming out. Oh, we were at top dead center. We were pretty much at top dead center right now. Piston valve. Alright, so we're gonna clean up a little over here so we don't make a mess. Now we're ready for the risky part. Again, keeping tension in the chain. While we do this, I wonder if on the other side works better. Let's see. Keeping that tension out there. Head is out. Well, top of the head is out. Now let's get this back up here. Nerve-wracking stuff. I do not want to have to end up taking everything apart to just get the chain in place. That'll be a nightmare. So again, and we are golden. Alright, next we're taking the roller out. 10mm also. Yep. I wonder what's after this. So this is the head gasket, or the top gasket. Yeah, head gasket. Maybe it fell, maybe it didn't, but we're gonna replace it anyways. I used the actual little roller that was here. I used it so I could turn this, and it's still not, as you can see, still in the gear that's supposed to be down there. And yeah, now remove. So like I was saying, I used the cam gear to hold this in place together with this, and now I'm removing the cylinder to see what are we looking at. If the pistons are good, if the piston is good, if the piston rings are good. So this was pretty much like sealed there. You have to kind of tap it, hit it with the mullet, bum 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 bum, it's ready to come out. At least I thought. But now, yeah, gotta pull it up. I'm looking at the piston, it looks good. We're gonna replace this gasket too. We'll get to see everything. Now, what I gotta do is remove the head and still keep the tension. So what we're gonna do is, again, assembly. Keep the tension on the chain here. Oh gosh, and then we can remove the cylinder. Alright, so do the same process, so we're gonna hold this up in place. Not lose the tension. Make sure, yep, chain still on the sprocket, the main sprocket. This side sprockets make it good on when you put the roller on it. Now let's inspect the cylinder. Wow, amazingly, the cylinder, it's perfect. I think we took it apart for no reason. Not even a single scratch on the cylinder. And now let's check the piston. And the piston also looks good. Wings look good. Starting to think the problem was something else. So, I'm gonna put a rag over here so we don't get any debris in there. And then we're gonna proceed to scrape all that, clean this area, and alright, so inspected the piston rings and the piston. It's literally like a new. These things are so good, these Hondas. The cylinder is perfect. There's not a scratch in it. So what I'm gonna do is just replace the gasket and replace the head gasket. This is probably what went. And put it all back together and see. I'll make another video with the update, putting it all back together when I get the parts in, and we'll go from there. Hopefully it was just a valve adjustment issue or just a head gasket. That's why it wasn't getting compression. But we're all here to learn together, and we'll do it in the next video. Thanks. Watch my videos, my shorts, and like and subscribe. Thank you.